calling all my sweeties to the forefront. I'm your host, Renee Hayslett, and this is the Keep It Positive Sweetie Show. Licensed therapist and Just Heal host, Dr. J. Barnett has built a national platform around healing and accountability. His story from athlete to advocate shows that faith and emotional intelligence can thrive together. Today, he joins us to talk about growth, grief, and the courage to heal. Kids family, please give a very warm welcome to King J. Barnett. Finally.
Yes.
Finally, we got you here.
Listen, we've been talking about this for about, a year?
A year now, yeah.
Yeah, and so I know you was filming, and both of our lives are busy, but I feel like it's purposeful busy.
It is.
That's what I have to tell people. They like, you got so much going on, but it's all purposeful, baby.
Yes,
it's just,
it is.
It's purpose, man.
I looked at your stories this week alone. I'm like, is he going to make it to Atlanta?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I was coming, Crystal. I was coming. I was coming. So, I started out. I hadn't been home in like 3 weeks.
Wow.
So I was in Detroit I was in New York because it started, I did the Breakfast Club for World Mental Health Day and brought Joel with me. And then Taraji had her mental health weekend.
Yes.
So I keynoted for her. And then after that, I was in Detroit, and then Canada 7 days, and then Costa Rica, and now here.
Yes.
And then I'm in Toronto. So after
Good
this.
Lord.
So, but I'm gonna take a break after this though,
You have to take a break.
I got to get this book done, and I got to settle down. So
Okay,
yeah,
awesome. I love that. Well, Jay, you took the world by storm on the internet. And I first saw you on social media, really giving men a safe space to even have a voice, to be vulnerable, and to start healing. And I feel like for Black men, therapy has been so stigmatized, and you've taken that stigma off and allowed Black men to just be themselves and speak their truth and really like head face on with their trauma. But that did not come without healing of your own.
Yes.
So I want to talk about that. You've been very open about when football was over, you hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
But how did you know it was time to start healing? And like what moment happened? You're like, wait a minute, this is a problem. I need to.
Yeah. Well, really, I didn't know it was time, Crystal. My second suicide attempt is what really sort of kind of, pushed me to go in therapy. So I was living with my godmother at the time, and I was living with her because I was training pro athletes, very successful business, and I had a house, and she was like, you need to get out of the house and come stay with me and cut down your overhead. So my godmother, man, she's big in finances. So I was just like, man, I can't do this, man. I'm like 31 years old. I'm like, I can't, take away from what what I was building at the time. So I said, let me pray about it, because my godmother was never able to have kids. So she, took me under her wings, and she says, Jay, I really think you should focus on the speaking thing, what you're doing with the teens and the youth. And I'm like, man. So I make the move, and I get there. By this time, I'm about a year into living with her, and I have a mental breakdown just because I felt like a failure, number one, because I'm like, man, I'm trying to figure out life, and I'm staying with my godmother, and she has a nice size house, so it wasn't like I was in her space or she was in my space, and it was good because it allowed me to really look at life differently. And so one night I was on a call with my parents, and just kind of sharing how I was still battling this depression thing.
Yeah.
So, and when I share this, because it can take a spin, because at that time, I don't think my father really understood the significance and the severity of what I was going through. So he makes a statement on the phone, here we go again.
Oh, wow.
And that was a trigger. And after he said that, I told my mom, I said, you know what, man, I'm tired of this, man. Like, because I was really trying to find a way to talk about what I was going through mentally, but nobody was listening. So I told her, I said, well, this is probably the last time that y'all gonna talk to me.
Wow.
And she says to me, Jay, please don't do nothing, son, please. And I said, Mama, I'm tired.
Yeah.
And I had been carrying this pain from their divorce, from the rejection. My mother had remarried. Her husband, the guy that she remarried, was physically abusive. I lived with a white family for the last 2 years of my high school year. Man, I had just gone through a lot.
Yeah.
From the time that my parents divorced up until, 30. because I had never processed anything. Because the thing about football, man, you can put that helmet on and it's a mask.
Yeah, it sure is.
You can hide anything. And I think after years of anesthetizing and all of that stuff just festering, I didn't have a an outlet anymore. Football was my outlet. I wasn't playing because I wanted to make money. I was playing because I needed a place to process this pain. And being able to run over guys and hit allowed me to get that aggression out. And so my mother says to me, Jay, if you take your life, do you know that you possibly go to hell? And Crystal, I remember this so vividly. Me and her talked about this the other day. And I said to her, I don't give a damn.
Wow.
I don't care as long as I can get rid of this pain. So I had a back injury that I had been battling, and I had a bunch of pills from that. And I just went in the bathroom and took everything, like everything. And God knew, because had I been by myself, I would have shot myself. The only reason that I didn't attempt with the gun because I was living with my godmother and I did not want her to have that visual and to have that scene. So even then, I'm still considerate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even while I'm in pain. So I overdosed and my godmother found me under the bed. And I don't, till this day, I don't know how, and I know it's God, because I can remember standing in a dark place when I was out or whatever, was going on. And I just heard the voice of God just saying, you have got to give this to me.
Wow.
Like literally. And so after that, my godmother, we let a day go by. We don't talk about what had happened. And finally she said, can we talk?
Yeah.
And she said, why would you do this in my home? And I just sat there and she says, Jay, if you're going to stay here, you got to get some help.
Yep.
Here's the part that people have not heard. My godmother's white.
Really? Wow.
And she sat there and she said, you got to get some help. And that pushed me to go to therapy because, and it wasn't that I wasn't, I was making money and I was, it wasn't like I couldn't work or anything like that. But mentally I wasn't in the best place. And I said to her, I just don't want to be here. And a friend of mine sent me a therapist, which was a Christian guy. And I went to him for a while. I didn't really connect with him because my dad is a pastor. So I say, bro, I don't really need no scriptures, man. I got to figure out a way how to release this. And most people don't know this, that when you think about depression, it's really a lack of expression. That's what depression is. And so no one had really checked on me when my parents divorced. My parents were pastors. And when they divorced, me being the oldest, all the pressure was on me because everybody said, hey, you got to look out for your mom. You got to look out for your sisters. So I'm in therapy, my first session, and that man asked me, how do you feel? Do you know I'm 31 years old and nobody had never, I cannot remember. People had asked me how I'm doing, but no one had never asked me how I'm feeling.
How you feeling,
And that's what led me into therapy and started that journey. And it's been, I was 31, that was 31, I'm 43 today. So it's been a journey of healing. It's been a beautiful journey. At times it's still, some moments, but I wouldn't take it back for anything. A few things that stood out when you were speaking was, one, I was successful, everything was great, but I was depressed. There's a misconception that when you're successful, depression can't creep in, And then the fact that your godmother was white, because a lot of times in African-American homes, therapy is not an option, No.
So I wonder if you would have even got to that point without having a white godmother to say, hey, you need to go to therapy, because you wouldn't have gotten that from your mother.
Man.
Therapy.
No, because I remember when I said to my mom that I was going to therapy. Mama Mary, as y'all know her, Mama, I love you. But Mama said to me, "You going there telling that white man all our business?"
That's it. That's
Yeah.
it.
I said, I don't give a damn what color he is. I'm
Listen.
trying to get some help. Do you hear me?
Yes.
And Crystal, can I tell you, it was, have you seen Antoine Fisher?
Yes. Oh yeah, that was.
So I wrote my capstone. I did my capstone on Antoine Fisher and the sexual abuse that he,
Yeah.
endured. It was just like that when he was working with Denzel. Remember, it was like 3 sessions before he opened up.
Yes.
It was about 3 sessions before I opened up because
Wow.
one, I'm like, dang, I don't want to open up to this white man. But that man said to me one day, he said, "Tell me about your dad." And then he asked me about football. I'm talking about, you'd have thought a tsunami hit me. And it broke something. And for the 2 sessions that I didn't talk, he would literally say, "It's okay. Will you come back next week?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll come back, bro."
Yeah.
I was so reluctant.
Wow.
But when that man asked me and he said, I said, "Bro, I don't want to talk about it." He said, "Would you write it down?" And I wrote it down. And I
Powerful.
never forget this. He said 3 words that describe what you're feeling now. I said, loss. I said, inadequate. And I said, like a failure. I'll never forget those 3 words.
Wow.
Never get those. Never forget. Loss, inadequate, and a failure. And man, something just started to break. And he would always say, "Are you gonna come back next week?"
Come back, yeah.
I'd be like, "Yeah, man, I'll come back." And I just kept going back. And I, and it was crazy because nobody in my family and nobody around me. I remember like my homeboys like, "Nigga, you doing therapy? Are you crazy, bro?"
Right.
And I remember one of my homeboys literally just kind of like, poking like, "Nigga, you really think that therapy is work?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
Yeah.
But I was curious because I really wanted to let go of the pain because for so long, the pain had been a driver in my life. And men don't realize is that if pain becomes a driver in your life, you're going to become one or 2 things.
Yeah.
Homicidal or suicidal.
Wow, that is powerful. I remember, I guess around 2020 during COVID was the first time we all had to sit down with ourselves. So for me, that was when I was like, okay, I need to talk to someone.
Yeah.
So I got a therapist and I was like, this is not working. This is not working. But I was like your mama. I'm not going to tell you all my business. So I wasn't being honest with the lady.
Yeah.
And that's why it wasn't working, right? So I ended up getting another therapist. And finally I was like, okay, if I want this to work, I gotta just tell her everything.
Yeah.
So I started opening up and I was like, wait, this is like unlocking a lot of things that I didn't even remember,
Man. Yeah.
What was the first honest thing that you said in a therapy session that really unlocked something?
Man. My parents' divorce really hurt me. I walked in a room in my parents' bedroom. I will never forget this. I was 10 years old and my mom was sitting on the bed crying. And I said to my mom, I knew what was going on. I was a very precocious kid. I knew. And I said, "Why won't you leave?" 10 years old. And my mom looks at me and says, "God hasn't released me to leave."
Wow.
And I couldn't understand that.
Yeah.
And I think when I got to therapy to know how her and my dad was divorcing, because for me, we would go to church on Sunday as a family, and Monday through Saturday, complete chaos.
Wow.
So none of that made sense to me. And I think when I really sat down and what really broke in me to really get me to start opening up, how much that impacted me as a son.
Yeah.
Not only to watch what happened with just my father and my mother, but also as a son who had to fill in this gap
Yeah.
because I became this standing husband from my mother, and then this surrogate father to my sisters, which is also where I learned how to intercede. Because my mom had me praying for her.
Wow.
Because she was like, can you, I remember nights her crying and said, can you pray for me? Wow. So I had all of these burdens on me, at such a young age, because I was spiritually gifted, early on, and my parents realized that I had this prophetic gift, and, I was already ministering. I gave my first sermon at the age of 9.
What?
In front of 200 people.
Wow.
So from 9 to 11, most people don't know this, 9 to 11, I preached all over Mississippi as a young phenom preacher kid.
Wow.
And it was how we ate, because I was getting paid.
Jay.
And when my parents divorced, I said I would never preach another sermon. Of course.
Look at you now.
Listen, Crystal, I'm in Canada. Right? Giving this keynote on the empowering and restoring families of the Nova Scotian community in Canada and Halifax. Powerful keynote. This is how you know you can't run.
Come on now, talk about it.
This lady walked up to me after the keynote, beautiful lady with some beautiful white hair, man, black woman. And she said, baby, they heard a doctor. I heard a pastor.
Come on now.
Listen. I looked at that lady. I said, ma'am, could you please, I don't want to hear no more prophetic word. I don't want to hear nothing. Please don't tell me nothing about no pastor, no church.
Right.
But I know, Lord, I love you. And I know you probably calling me to that when I'm 50, but not in this season. But that thing broke something, because I couldn't understand at that time, why would God break up my family? Because I love seeing my parents together. There was nothing more that I love about having a family. And even to this day, it bothers me that I don't have a family.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it bothers me.
Why do you feel like you don't? You feel like it's God's timing, or do you feel like that's just maybe you haven't focused on that? What do you feel that is?
So I'm gonna bring you into this.
Okay.
Yeah. Because people will look at us, right? They will look at us as if we've arrived. They will look at us as if we've achieved. But the more that you expand, because I believe this for you, as much width you have is as much depth that you have.
Yes.
As much reach as you have, there's also a level of depth that you have. So dating and trying to build something with the depth that we have is challenging.
Yeah.
Because you also have the insight, hindsight, and foresight.
Come on now. Yeah.
Hindsight, I know what I've gone through, and I've learned from it. The insight is that I have this revelation not only of myself, but also what God has given me. And the foresight is that I also see where he's taking me. So I can't yoke up with anybody.
Come on, yoke up. With just anybody, you can't.
I can't.
That's
and I know
facts.
you like me. I know you like the idea of me. I know you like, you know what I'm saying, how I smell, how I look. You know what I'm saying? You come across, the stream with this beauty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The teeth popping, the lips are popping, and you got the makeup and the brows, and I got this beautiful dark skin, and you listen at the way that I articulate and the way that I can conceptualize something.
Yeah.
But if you have not done work,
Come on now.
on the level, and not just to stand next to us, but to walk with us, it requires so much.
Yeah.
So as much as I have to mourn not having a family, I also understand that, because if it ain't equal, I can't yoke up with it.
Right. Yeah.
So
That's
to
so
answer
true.
your question,
Yeah.
so it gives me peace. And I've shared this, and I actually talked about this on the Den of Kings briefly. About 5 years ago, my girlfriend at the time and I had a miscarriage, and that thing broke the both of us. And it was something I didn't talk about, and it was so crazy because our parents are pastors, and I called her mom and said, "Can I take you to dinner? Like, I want to talk to you about something." And I don't know why I thought I can hide it from my mom, because her mom is like a seer. Her mom said, "Jay, I knew it.
I knew.
I knew." And I just started to break down because I heard it for her, and then as a man, that I felt like this was my time to, you know what I'm saying? Because we don't talk about miscarriage.
We don't.
When it comes to men.
Right, and how it affects you all. Yeah.
Because I
so
feel like
true.
this. I feel like I think it does a number on the woman physically, what her body goes through, and emotionally. And then I think, but it messes with the man mentally. Because I remember the scene of walking in the bathroom, and I can't it's hard even today. I can step right into that moment in the picture, and it's just like, I can see her face. I can see her complexion. Her whole countenance changing, and just like, Jay, what just happened? And and so I've had to really I've gone back to therapy for that, and to really grieve that. I was in therapy all last year grieving that, and I'm at a good place.
That's good.
But it's not easy to be who we are and to feel like, dang, ain't nobody on my level.
Right. Yeah. Jay, I need to get my business, okay? Listen, it's crazy. Like, you are on my street right now, because it's hard. It's really hard, and I don't want to be like on my level, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's spiritual, not just financially, like spiritually. How you talking about? I can't be yoked up with just anybody. That is real. And we had a episode with me, Ashaunna, and Wes, and I was saying I'm tired of leading men. Like, I'm tired of leading financially. I'm tired of leading spiritually. I'm tired of leading in the household. Like, I want someone that I can trust to lead in the household, and always, who can lead me to God. I'm not the one begging you to come to church on Sundays, or begging you to. I'm the only one up reading the Bible and in the Word. Like, I need to look over, or not over, because I don't even. You ain't sleeping in the house no more. But I need to know that you at your house waking up reading your Word the same way I am. Like, all right, we in this thing together, so that we're both pulling from the same source, not you pulling off of my resources to the source. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, let me get one of them cards. We do something on the Jess Hill podcast where I have to tear the card up when there's a moment. You are Crystal, my God, today. So I'm glad I'm here, because I could be transparent. I was dating this girl years ago. And to your point, if I'm dating you and I have to feel like I have to hold back who I am spiritually, I know it's not going to work.
Yes.
So I go to, when I go in my bedroom, it don't take me no time to fall asleep. Because there's such a peace in my house that you'll walk in there and you just fall.
That's how my house is. I'm like, it feels like pure zen in here. I'm like,
that's how my place is, pure zen. My producer CJ was at my house a couple of weeks ago. He called me. He was like, dang, nigga, I can't stay awake. I said, that's exactly what I want. It curates peace. So I'm dating this girl, and she stays over. She can't sleep.
What's wrestling in your spirit, honey?
So I'm like, I wake up, I said, again, I'm being transparent, open, because we had been dating for a while, and so she was staying over, and she's always talk about how she had the hard time sleeping. And I was just like, listen, man, I woke up, I said, yo, man, you have got, because she was tossing, turning all night long. And I was just like, this don't, so I get up, and I'm used to waking up seeing my mother walk the floor and pray. So I get up and open my door, and I go open my patio door. I start walking through the house praying. And she was just like, she wasn't in shock, but she was just like, I never seen a man pray. I said, I don't know what you wrestling with. And I didn't feel like it was a bad spirit on her something. I felt like her anxiety.
She was
just like she owned her own business, and so she was
mind just going. That's a real thing.
And I just started praying, and I said, hey, listen, and I told her, I said, listen, I have to do this. And I said, if you don't mind, if you could just, walk with me, or so she sat on the couch. And I'm going through the house. I done went up in the spirit. I said, I have to do this because I got to rest. Because I got a long day tomorrow and I want you to rest.
Yeah.
And that showed me something because as a man, and I want the brothers to hear this, brother, if you can't get to God, if you can't get a prayer through, if you can't be vulnerable enough to break that stratosphere, that hemisphere spiritually, you're doing your wife, girl, woman, whoever, a disservice. Especially if you're walking with a woman who's really called to purpose like what you're called to, or a woman who's called to the purpose of business, healing, finance, or whatever it is. Like, I really want to see men get to a place where we start to carry y'all.
Yeah.
Me and my mother talk about this, and I told her, I said, Mama, you know, watching you've carried every marriage.
Do you think that, not to interrupt you, but do you feel like because black men have seen their moms do it, they just feel like this is what you're supposed to do as a woman?
I think brothers don't even know what it's like to carry a woman because they've never seen a man really stand in the position as a leader. I feel like men should be a prophet. You should be able to speak over your spouse, your woman. And this is why I'm waiting on God, because I done spoke over too many folks. Listen, Chris, I done prophesied on business. I done spoke life. I done got you in the gym. You done went got the business loan. I ain't doing that no more.
Listen, you looking like I done, look at all this. Look at the fruits of the fruits of my prayers.
Man, listen, I done prophesied. I'm a priest. I feel like you have to be a promoter. You got to be able to push.
Yeah.
And you got to be a provider and a protector. I'm gonna say that again, brothers. And then for the ladies, because I know y'all love my friend. He has to be a prophet. He should be able to speak into your life. He has to be a priest. He should be able to cover.
Yeah.
He has to be a protector. He should be able to provide a sense of security for you.
Yeah.
He has to be a provider. And I'm not just talking about financially.
Right.
Do you provide insight? And then a promoter. Can you push me? Can you encourage me? The amount of I have a lot of female friends that are so amazing. The amount of them that are in relationship with men that are jealous of them. And envious.
The church is saying amen. The congregation is running. They're running laps around the building. That's real.
I don't get it, Crystal.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
And it breaks my heart because I'm like, because I've gone through that, you know, but I don't get it because of the way I poured into my sisters and the way I poured to my entire team is black women.
Wow.
From my publicist to my admin, and I speak life into them. You know what I mean? And I said, listen, whoever you date, he don't have to be me, but I hope he embodied what you guys have seen through me.
Yes.
You know what I mean? To speak life into you. They called me, my admin, Christy, she called me the other day. She got a speaking gig for like 10K. She's like, bro, you ain't gonna believe this. And I said, what did I tell you? You just had to believe that you were.
You had to
her.
believe. Yes. Oof.
I said, I knew you were her. And just to see her and the rest of my people that believe in me and to be reinforced, because I can't stand to see this attack on black women that are really doing something.
Yeah.
And you guys get made to feel, because my sisters, I push the hell out of them. They get tired, and they married.
Oh, wow.
With men, great men. And they husband embrace it.
Yes.
Like, hey, they'll call me, hey, bro-law, she's slacking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't get that. So I really wanted to give that to the sisters. Like, do not give your pearls to swine, and to the brothers.
Come on. Yes. It goes
and
both
to the
ways.
brothers, because there's some brothers that are doing things, and sometimes, because I can be honest, I've laid in the lap of a Delilah who took who I was took what I shared.
Yeah. Yeah.
And exploited it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking to me as well.
Right.
Like I know I'm a good thing or a good brother. So
Yes.
yeah, man. We have too much. We have too much of greatness in us, man. To just
Yeah.
and I told God the other day.
What'd you tell him, Jay?
I said, Lord, I've been on the road for 3 weeks, and I said that I called my therapist. Thank God for Dr. Town.
Do you still have the same therapist?
No, I have a different therapist now.
Okay.
Different therapist, because I feel like as seasons change.
That's good. Yes.
You shouldn't always have the same therapist, because your season would change, and I feel like certain people are called to walk with you in different seasons. Dr. Towns is like a 60-something-year-old black woman. I go to see her in San Diego.
Oh, wow.
I get by the water. She's a psychologist, and she's spirit-led, intelligent, and all the things. And I called and I said, Doc, I'm lonely. I know I'm not alone, but I'm lonely.
There's a difference, yes.
And she said, what about it? I said, Doc, I'm on this road, man, pouring and pouring.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I can call people, but the challenge with us, I don't know, you'll be talking to somebody, they good people, but ain't nothing there, man.
Oh my God. Story of my life.
How do you, I gotta ask you, how do you process that when the time to kind of
let it go? Yeah. Listen, I'm really good at seeing, as I've gotten older, I'm really good at seeing it before it gets too far. And honestly, I just had a situation, and I was on a trip. I was on the water in Italy, and God literally said to me, I was wrestling with it, like, am I supposed to end this? Like, because it's not there. The alignment isn't there. And God said, how many times have you prayed, God, give me a sign, and you felt the feelings that you're feeling now and you ignored it? And he was like, or you ignored it and you went on, and then something happened. I showed you what I was trying to tell you from the beginning. And you're like, I felt that in my gut. He said, I need you to listen to it now. Don't make the same mistake of not hearing my voice and going through it all over again and getting hurt and then looking back like, Lord, you told me that September the 14th, 2025, and I didn't listen.
Wow.
So I had to really just start being obedient to that intuition that he gave me to say, all right. And I just was honest. I'm brutally honest at this age. I'm like,
man, me too.
It's just not there.
Yeah, man, listen. I got to make a couple phone calls.
Listen, but being honest, it actually frees you and them.
Because it's like, and they're not bad people, but it's just like,
not
man,
at all.
Like I had to be honest. And Bishop Jakes.
Shout out Bishop.
Bishop, I was sitting with him, and Bishop called me out, and Bishop said, you have got to stop acting like you are regular. He said, that's your biggest challenge, Jay. And he said, you have, because like when I tell you what God is doing in my life, I didn't want it. I didn't ask for it.
Right.
I heard God tell me after the pandemic, he told me, men, I'm calling you to men. Then he said, I'm getting ready to expose you to the world. I'm getting ready to reveal you to the world. Yeah. And long after that, Taraji people called me, and I went on the Breakfast Club with her virtually, and then, it just took off. Yeah. So I wasn't asking for it. I was wanting to stay hidden, because part of me remaining hidden was also, I felt like I was secure there.
It's safety there, yeah.
It's safety.
Yes.
Because when God gives you a platform, I heard my brother, I'm going to give him credit, because I heard it from him, Stevie Braggs. Stevie Braggs said, the bigger the audience, the bigger the audit. So as you are seen more, you got more eyes on you. Yeah. The window of error, and then everybody got all these opinions, and I feel like we live in a world where opinions cannibalize the truth. Yeah. So you got all of this stress and pressure, because you and I, we just can't go on a date.
No, right. Even it could be something as simple as I was just filming a movie in Houston, and I was like, my castmate, I was like, let's go grab it. And it's like, you can't, because then the eyes are like, oh, they go together, and it's like,
exactly, because you got.
It's like you can't literally. I have to think about every single move.
You are so blessing me right now, because I talked to CJ about this. I'm like, when people like, hey Jay, can you? I said I can't because
Mm-hmm.
if I talk to somebody, if it goes past a couple of weeks, it's like, oh, we locked in.
We go together real bad.
And me, I'm talking because I'm feeling.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it ain't no physical stuff. It's like
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling and I'm sensing.
Right.
Because I'm not a person who I don't use my doctorate. I don't use my therapy. I don't come in there trying to clinicalize or
Oh, that's
therapize
good.
anybody.
Because I would think you'd be like that. I'm like, he probably be therapizing his girl.
Oh no, never. Thank God my ex, we had such a great friendship, and she always remind me. She says, Jay, and I love her, man. She's such a great friend of mine, and she says, Jay, what I love about you is you never brought work in our relationship. Never. I never used a clinical term.
Wow.
Like if we had a conflict, I never said you gaslight. Like all these people use all these terms. Like we don't. A real clinician, like we don't like. I'm not trying to diagnose nobody or analyze nobody. Matter of fact, Negro, I'm not even thinking about you right now. And I appreciate her sharing that because I'm Jay.
Yeah.
I'm not Dr. J.
Right. Wow.
You know what I'm saying? You're not. What's the character? Fatima.
Yeah.
You're not like I'm a real person. And so if something hurt me, or there was something that was said, I was like, yo, hey, you know that wasn't cool. I didn't say, I feel like, you're and it's messing with my mental health. I never I can't.
That's
I don't
real.
even listen. Listen, Crystal pulling it out of me today. I would just be honest. I don't. There's a lot of people that are therapists and clinicians that have, I don't know, you call it shooting your shot or they said they're available. I'm not even interested in dating somebody that work in the field.
Yeah, most people aren't. Yeah.
A lot of people are weird.
No, people be weird, Jay. A lot of people, not even just therapists, people
That's
be
what I'm saying, man.
weird.
Weird, man.
Yeah.
And so when they like, Doc, you so closed off because y'all are weird.
Yeah.
And then if you hear me say nigga, you just like, or you hear me say something that's not, associated with my internal degrees or with this idea, this image. Like, dude, I'm a real person. And I'm not always talking about mental health.
Right. There's more to you. You're
There's
not a
more to me
monolith.
than that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, so when you talk about that truth thing, man, I'm like, man, I just told God, I said, man, brother, listen, I'm 43, man. I'm like, man, can you please show her to me, please?
Yo, Jay, literally, you hit me on actually, it was the day you hit me, right before my birthday. I was landing in Miami, and you said in an incredibly beautiful prayer via DM. And that morning, I had wrote in my journal. It was the day before my birthday, and I said, God, I was like, I'm ready. If you think I'm ready. Because the times I thought I was ready, I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
Because I'm the type of person where I'll be ready and I'll be open, and then they just get on my nerves. I'm like, oh my gosh. It's like, I want somebody that I can share space with and be like, this is really my homie.
I'm going to tell you this, and I'm just getting this download. You'll see her. And even now, I'm hearing trust what you see.
Yes.
On everything.
On everything.
On everything.
Bro.
Because you be having the answers before there is a question.
Jay, I've had dreams. I just had a friend come to me,
seeing it.
And he said, I had told him one night, I woke up and I said, I had a dream that you were in this girl's room. This was probably 3 years ago. He said, I knew then I couldn't play with you. And I said, what are you talking about? He said, I was in her room that night you had that dream. I said, you are lying to me. Then my assistant, sorry to call you out, Herman. Herman was like, he said, you did the same thing to me the other day. I had said, yeah. I was like, I just had this feeling randomly that you were going to get offered another job. He said, Crystal, he's like, I got offered a job that day that you said that. He said, it scared me. And I was like, God.
So I'm glad you're doing this because I'm going to let the spirit shift this. The challenge, because I have a prophetic gift and you're a seer, I'm going to say this. I'm going to pray that God sends somebody to see for you. Because the challenge with us is we can see for everybody but ourselves.
Yeah.
I'm like, I mean.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm like, but God, I can't see for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But I also feel that in this season that God has you in, he's also giving you the confidence to not second guess what you see and feel.
He really is. He is.
And to stand on business and like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but because, man, Crystal, if I would have, that was my biggest challenge because my parents knew that I was prophetic and they had me with people who could, you know, really really shape my gift because I hated it because I always was right or the spirit was right.
Yeah.
And so I didn't pick my gift back up until I was like 35. I met a prophet here in Atlanta that took me under his wings, and man, I gave that man hell. Because he kept telling me, he's like, yeah, you going to school to be a therapist, but this man said you're a therapist in the disguise of a prophet.
Wow.
You know, he said you're a prophet in the disguise of a therapist. And so I second guessed so much. And then when I would be right, it was already too late.
Yeah.
Like, man, I dated a girl, and I'm not gonna get in this because I don't even want to get her this type of energy. But it cost me 2 years of agony and pain. But God told me. So I wouldn't break up with her. I'm sitting at her house, sitting on the living room floor, and God said, I'm getting ready to shift this. This is like right before Christmas. The girl takes sick. I basically was caring for her for like several weeks. And couldn't figure it out. And I mean, and I never forget when she got better, she says, I think I'm falling out of love with you. And I was like, wait a minute.
I've been taking care of you.
Like, I've been bathing you and da-da-da-da. I'm like, but God was ripping that thing apart because my manager, Crystal, had told me, she said, 12. She called me 12. She said, 12, I don't think you should date that girl.
Wow.
I don't have a good feeling. And my manager at the time is a seer as well. When all this stuff happened and this girl, I mean, went on just a tyrant, my manager called me. She stopped managing me. She said, I can't manage you anymore because I'm afraid of what's going to happen with this. And exactly what she told me. And I was so disobedient. But then God was telling me. But I felt, because this is the other thing too. I would say this to people. Stop saying yes to people and we haven't ran it by God. Yep. What I've had to learn is go before God first.
With
and
everything.
Then with everything.
Yes.
With everything. Even in my business. God, like this retreat that I did, I said, God, how do you feel? And I felt the okay in it, in my spirit. You know what I mean? So, because normally what we do as humans, we make our decision, then we take it to God.
Yeah.
He's the last resort. And then when the itch fall apart.
You be like, oh man, that's so real, Jay. Because even with this live show that we're doing in DC, we were thinking of guests, and they were like, "Did you call someone?" So because we'll throw out names, and I'm like, "Oh, I know them. Did you call them?" And I was like, "No, I didn't call them." And then I told Ashaunna one day, I was like, "God hasn't hadn't settled on my heart that this is the person." Yeah. And I was like, so I can't say that I can't call him. He would not let me call certain people.
Man, that's how I be choosing my guests. I've had people that will say, hey, Dr. J, it's such and such. And they was like, what is your protocol? I said, it's a God thing.
Yeah.
Because I need people to experience healing for real and not just because you want to get on here and tell your story.
Exactly. That is...
Friend, you all right with me, man?
You said you all right with me. Listen... Wow, this is crazy. So much synergy. Faith clearly is a huge part of who you are and your healing. One thing I do want to know, especially for men and women listening who may be going through something, what were your prayers like during that low time? Were they anger? Were you pleading, or was it soft, quiet prayers? Like how did you talk to God during those times? Because some people feel like there's only one way to talk to him.
No, I was very honest with God. And this is, and I'm gonna be as real as I can be. Please. I was honest because I really wanted to die. Jesus. And I was upset at him because I was not dead. And the following morning, I'm sitting in my room and I'm crying because I did not expect to wake up. Like I
You were
did
like, why
not.
am I still here?
Why am I still here?
Yeah.
And this encounter really transformed my life. I never forget it. Sitting on the floor, and the presence of God walks in my room.
Mm.
It's so strong, Crystal, that I can't look up.
Mm.
And I'm just crying. I can't stop crying.
Yeah.
And I feel the presence so powerful. And I'm saying to God, I was like, man, why am I still here? I'm like, man, I gotta figure out, if I'm here, what am I gonna do with this pain?
Mm-hmm.
And all I kept hearing him say is, give it to me.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
Mm-hmm.
I literally sit on the bed because I don't know what to do. I'm crying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm falling to my knees.
Yeah.
And I'm just talking to God. And I said, I'm tired of hurting.
Mm.
Just like that.
That's
I
it.
said, I'm tired of hurting, man.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there crying. Like I said, I'm just tired. I'm tired.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just hearing him saying, give it to me. Give it to me. And he says, I promise you, I'm going to use it.
Yes. Gosh.
And I'm sitting there and I said, for what? Use it for what?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're going to, and that is the most difficult thing. I don't care where you are in your relationship with God, is to trust him when he says to give you something. Because I don't know what you're going to do with it, God. And I know that you say that you love me. And I know that the plans that you have for me are to prosper me and all these different things. I know that you call me blessed. I'm the seed of Abraham. But I don't know what you're going to do with this pain. I don't know what you're going to do with this marriage. I don't know what you're going to do with this career. I don't know what you're going to do with this this idea.
Yeah.
And so it's hard. And so I wish church people would stop acting like it's so easy to give something to him.
It's not. Yeah.
Because giving it to him is a daily walk. I have to release it daily.
Yes.
I have been releasing my pain daily because of the memories. Because trauma, it doesn't just impact the body.
No.
It doesn't just impact the way you think. You're impacted by it because of the tapes.
Yes.
It's like a videotape, like a tape that's constantly being played. And this is why I believe in advanced modalities, that therapy may not be the way. Maybe it's a form of somatic healing. Maybe it's TMS, transcranial magnetic stimulation, where you got to set the device on your head and you got to allow them to stimulate your brain because of the impact of the trauma. And I had so much pain in my trauma. I was just like, God, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I remember being on my knees, and I remember doing this.
Surrendering.
Just surrendering. And I'm crying, surrendering.
Yeah.
So after this happened, I get on the phone with my mom, and I call her. And I said, and I'm crying still, I said, Mama, I said, he came. And she said, what? I said, he came. She said, what are you talking about? I said, Mama, Jesus came and visited me today. She just started crying. Oh my God.
Yeah.
She said, I was in prayer this morning and I said, God, go see about my son.
My Lord. And he did. The prayers of a mother.
She said, God, go see about my boy. And I said, Mama, I'm going to try to hold on because he told me to give this to him.
Yeah.
And that was that moment for me, that it wasn't a prayer that was planned. It wasn't some words. I didn't have to pontificate. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to be so magniloquent and speak so eloquent. God just needed my raw feelings.
Yes.
God doesn't need us to be so polished. He needs us to be naked.
Yeah.
He needs us to be vulnerable. I think we try to, oh God, I just need you to. No, God needs you to sometimes, hey!
Yeah. Where are you?
Where are you, man? You told me you was going to help me. Where's the help?
Yeah.
He don't need these cute prayers. Sometimes it's just Jesus.
That's it. That's it.
Because, Crystal, that's all I had. I didn't pray for a couple of years. Wow. Yeah. I didn't have any words. And I remember sitting still one morning. God said, I hear you without you even praying.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the human mind is so weighted down from the pain, from the burden, from the atrocities of just life that you don't even have anything to say.
Yes.
And all you can do is just sit there. And I had to learn that sometimes he just wants us to sit there.
That's it. That's it. Sit there. It's so funny you say that. I do a live on my Patreon with my sweeties, and one girl said, "What do I do like when I can't hear God's voice and I'm trying all these different things and nothing's working?" And I was like, "Sometimes you're not hearing him because you're going. You need to sit down so you can hear him."
Sit down.
I was like, God's trying to stop you from making these mistakes and from doing these things, but you won't sit down long enough to sit with him. Listen, there's power in the stillness.
You know, Mother Teresa said something, that God is a friend to silence, stillness, and solitude. Like, we gotta get still, get silent, and be in that solitude, be in that state where you can just rest. We have such a busy lifestyle.
We do.
I tell people, I mean, people that they're not doing nothing busy because they're busy doing nothing.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? So even with myself, it's learning to just sit with him and not say nothing.
Yeah.
And just to rest in his presence and to rest even in what I don't understand.
Yeah.
Because God really just looking for obedience.
That's it.
And I've had to learn that obedience is best displayed when you don't understand what he's doing.
Yeah.
And Crystal, I've learned to trust him, to trust his methods when I don't understand his acts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he's a God of order. He's a God of strategy.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? He's a great architect. And so he's moving stuff that we don't even know.
Right.
As my mom said, baby, God protects fools and babies. So there's times where he's working and we don't know he's working. And I've had to learn to say, you know what? I don't know what you're doing, man.
Yeah, but do your thing. Because he always going to do his big one. He's always going to do his biggest one. Where you be like, wait, I wouldn't even thought of this. He's like, I know, because I'm God and you're not.
Listen, when people say, man, did you ever, now my grandma used to call me Dr. J.
Your girl, so that's before you became a doctor.
She used to call me Dr. J.
Wow.
Rest her soul. She used to call me Dr. J. And you couldn't have told me, because I know the game of football. I loved it. But man, you could have never told me that I would be a therapist, would be in this position, to be this voice, to be, a reflection of what healing looks like in real time. To be this black man who has been in the White House, who has been all over the country speaking, had a tour of books. Man, you told me that, man, 10 years ago. I've been like, man, I've been like, Negro, please.
Please.
Like, what? Therapist? Like, mental health?
Yeah.
Man.
That's crazy.
And I remember this prophet telling me, he said, God is going to use you. And I'm like, all right, whatever, man. Like, literally, Crystal, he was like, God is going to use you to transform the world.
You're like, oof.
And I remember laughing at this man, like Sarah did at the Angel when they told us.
You gonna have a baby. Yeah, okay.
Listen, that man called me 10 years later.
He said, what'd I tell you?
I was sitting on the couch. This is when Taraji had her show, Peace of Mind.
Yes.
He prophesied. He said, I see you sitting on the couch with the celebrity and you're talking about healing and da-da-da-da.
What?
He called me 10 years later when the episode aired. Hey, man of God.
Man of God.
And he said, I told you what I saw.
Wow.
That God was going to use you in a mighty way. I just broke down. So when you say he going to do his big one, and here's the other part. I got to say this. People like us, we didn't even see this for ourselves.
No, not to this magnitude.
I
didn't even want to do a podcast.
But let's forget the podcast.
But even I wanted to be an actor. Like, that was a childhood dream. I wanted to be a singer. But the impact that we had to this magnitude, never thought it. Like, I just wanted to be an artist and then keep all this, my personal stuff to myself. Like I wasn't trying to share my whole life with the world, but here we are, you know?
Do you ever wake up any mornings and just be like, wow, like
Every day. Every morning I wake up, every day I pull into my garage. Every day, even just like, I was talking to a guy the other day, I was like, because just seeing cars, those cars that drive themselves.
Yeah.
Pulled out in front of
Waymo,
me.
yeah.
Waymo. I was like, what is happening right now? And then I just thought, I was like, God, thank you for the wrecks that I can't see. You know, it's like moments where I'm always like, wow, this is crazy. Just even my life, like I was on live last night or even last week, this week we were filming and two people came up to me, asked me to pray for them. I'm like, my friend Brenda Palmer, you know Brenda?
Mm-hmm.
She's always like, she calls me pastor. And then my other friends call me first lady. I'm like you like.
No, don't y'all put that on my friend, man. No.
She gonna say, all right, PC. I'm like, stop it, Brenda.
Man, listen.
Because she hates when people call her Pastor Brenda. I'm like, but you're a pastor.
Like, because some people, that's what they call to do.
Yes.
See, God has blessed us because we're not tied to the four walls.
Mm-hmm. No, we
minister through entertainment, through acting, through podcasts, through speaking, and through curating spaces. Like, I told God, I'll do whatever you want to do, but do not put me in no church. And
honestly, I feel like God is doing a restructuring of the church anyway, because it's not we are the church. That's not what He meant for it to be.
But Crystal, this is ministry.
It is.
What you're doing is ministry. Ministry is meeting people where they are. This is ministry.
Yeah,
you're meeting people because because if you tell me to keep it positive, that means I have to think positive.
Yes, you got to change your mindset.
I have to change. But when you think about the word repentance, even in the Greek, metanoia.
Come on now, that's a pastor.
The word. So stop. But let me. Yeah. So when you think about repentance in the Greek, metanoia, it is a change to change the way you think.
Yeah. Wow.
That's what it means. So it's not, and even when you think about sin, like, because even it's just like, I just love God has given me such a beautiful mind, you know what I mean, to deconstruct people's mind. Because even when we look at sin, it means to miss the mark. Yep. That's what it means.
We miss it.
And if you can change the way you think, you minimize missing the mark. So if we're going to get people to turn away from sin and to get them to quote unquote repent, we have to help people change the way they think. It starts in these spaces. It starts because this is mental health.
No, really.
What you're doing is mental health. When you get on them lives, that's mental health.
Yes. No, literally, people leave changed. Like we've seen the testimonies of people, like just from coming into this community, the lives we've saved. Me opening also about suicide and opening up about relationships with my family and helping mothers and daughters heal their relationships. It's been so many positive outcomes that have come from just us speaking our truth.
And that's why God keep blessing you.
Yeah, wow.
That's why God keep giving you more, because He can trust you with it.
Yeah, and that's my prayer too.
He can trust you with it. And you don't have to keep praying. He can trust you with it, because He didn't. Yeah. Because I'm as I'm speaking to you, I'm speaking to me, because it'd be scaring me, because I'm like, you give me a lot, God. Yeah. To whom much is given. Yes. It's the required part.
It's the big requirement.
And the requirement is really the responsibility.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I don't want to mishandle the gift. I don't want to mishandle the call. Yeah. And I don't want to mishandle people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's my burden. It's like, God, listen. Like, even with my prophetic gift, like if I'm in spacing that people pull on it, and people will ask, like, because you can always, because it takes a prophet to identify another prophet, like truly, because it's a difference to walk in to have a prophetic gift, but also to walk in the office of that. But there's spaces that I'm in that pulls on that, and I give the word, and I leave. Yeah. Because I never, like, I'm not, I'm just a man. Yeah. And my focus daily is, how can I be a better instrument to fit into God's hand? Yeah. So He can use me. That's it.
Yeah, that's so true.
And that's what we're doing, and that's why God keeps expanding us, because we have a heart for His people. Yeah. And Bishop said to me, he said, here's what people don't realize. You didn't ask for that.
Yeah. And that's why He gave it to you.
folks be mad at what we have been given. We didn't ask for this.
Yeah.
You just wanted to be an artist.
Yeah. I was like,
I just wanted to be a football player.
Yeah.
And like my dream was play ball, you know, make a little money to buy a house, have a family. Like, I never wanted to be all over the country.
Yeah.
I like being at home.
Right. I was like, I have other plans for you. That is so true.
Listen, every time I got to leave my house, I just be like, Lord, only for you, man.
Yeah.
Only for you, man.
Because I love home. I be like, oh, I can just stay there.
Man, I'm such a homebody, man.
Yes.
Man, I can get on that couch and turn that TV on.
It's a wrap.
After I do my workout and my meal prep.
Oh, yeah.
It's cooked. I'm not coming out this house.
Right. You're like me. I have to recharge. Like, home is like my recharging station. Like, for real. Like, that's where I get.
How big is your social battery?
Oh, it's very small. Very limited. Yeah. Like, my team knows. I'll give them that look. And like Big West, I can just look at him and he'll be like, all right, come on. Like, because it's a lot. It's a lot.
And they pull.
They pull.
Yeah. Because you got that oil on you. You got that glow. And everybody wants the Bruce Leroy.
Not the Bruce Leroy.
Who's the master? Show enough.
That is so true.
We telling our age right now.
For real. 25. Remember? 25.
Chris is 20. Listen, Chris is 25. I'm 32.
Right. Forever
but
25.
you got that glow on you, man.
Listen,
and they want it.
It is. It's joy, though.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's like it's not given by the world. I can definitely say that.
And listen, here's the other part, man. They be attracted to you. They don't even know why.
They don't know why. People say that all the time. They say, I see you on TV. It's like, it's just something about her. And I always say, it's the Lord. I ain't got nothing to do with it.
I remember my mentor telling me, he said, I'm going to tell you something, man. He going to know I'm telling this. He said, listen, what you got on you is you got to steward it well. He said, you got this football bill, chocolate, you speak well. He said, everything going to be attracted to you. And he looked at me.
Everything. Cat Williams, everything.
Everything.
That's true.
Man.
Because some of the stuff I be looking at, I be like,
I said,
look at you and look at me. No.
And when he said that, man, I be daggone.
You were like,
man, and
everything.
Because the anointing draws.
Yeah.
It's a drawer. And it draws everyone. Right, wrong, red, blue.
He's like, I don't know what it is, but I want it. And that's what we got to rebuke it in the name of Jesus. Because no. But that is so true. And a lot of times we don't even be knowing like what all comes with. I'm sure you didn't know everything that came with this life and living it. And like you talked about when you take these platforms, it's not just you anymore. It's so you open up for the audit, as Stevie Baggs said. And that is so true. We open ourselves up to a lot, and we don't realize how much comes along with this.
Man, and this, my mama, I want you to know publicly, baby, how much I appreciate you. My mother wakes up every morning at 3:30 and intercedes for me. That means so much to me, Crystal. Every morning she wakes up at 3:30 and intercede. And that's some morning I call at 5 o'clock. She'd be like, boy, you know I'm just coming out the room for you. You traveling this country, healing these men. You got a mighty, you got a mighty mandate and mission on you, boy. Boy, you got a big assignment, but you're going to complete it.
Yes.
And she told me recently, she said, King, I pray for you often because she said, you have such a good heart. And when you have a good heart, and I'm sure you know this, is that you want to see everybody get there.
Yeah.
And I think the toughest thing for me was that the circles would change because everybody can't go.
Please come back next week as we continue this incredibly insightful conversation with Dr. King J. Barnett.